I'm just starting from ground zero. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to the Andrea's Life. Andrea's Life. We're going to figure it out as we go. But this is the first sit down video, which is actually the most important video I'm going to do on this channel. And I'm going to talk about why I made a decision to rededicate my life today to Christ. So if you're interested in knowing about that, why I made a decision and what I plan on doing for the rest of my time until God reveals more to me, stay tuned. You're in the right place. So thank you very much for joining. Like I said, my name is Andrea. This is about to sound like a dating video. I am 39 years old. I'm from South Carolina. I love long walks on the beach, chewy snacks, and furry friends. No. That actually would be, that actually would be what I like. Not long walks, and the sun can't be out all the way, and there has to be like a parasol umbrella on top of me. But yeah, we'll take a walk. I love chewy snacks, and I do love dogs, so there's that. But anyway, I am from South Carolina. I've lived in South Carolina since I was 10, originally from New York, and I have not had the best spiritual walk. If we're looking at spiritual bank accounts, mine is a bit an overdraft. And that's not anything that God did, any one specific. It's just I've not fully trusted and committed to God. Just to be honest, I just haven't. He hasn't done anything to me. I just have not fully trusted and committed. I know He exists. I know He is alive. I know He created me. I know the basics, I guess, what you can have as a beginner foundation for anyone who has made the decision to rededicate their life or even start a life in the first place. But I have not fully trusted, and I would like to. I have to stop and pause because why am I about to get emotional? This is crazy. This has been a really tough season for me. I've been calling it the season of the L, how they do it on Instagram. That's what kind of season I've been in. As far as the losses, a lawsuit, for real. This has been kind of crazy. Starting off, just giving you guys a brief synopsis, and I'll have different videos to talk about different topics. But big level overview. This last couple of years have been tough. Not saying anyone else has not been going through, but this has been this is how they say, take me off of the good and faithful soldiers, even though I'm not strong, good and faithful. I have not been. I feel like I'm on that list. I have firstly, and most traumatically, because this is one of the fears that I experienced growing up, that I never thought, even though I know people who've experienced loss and had family members, cousins, relatives, best friends that feel like brothers and sisters leave. I can always have sympathy for someone, but going through it is a totally different ballgame. I lost my dad Halloween of last year. I'm gonna say unexpectedly. I did not know of any type of terminal illness. He had a lot of health issues. He was 82. He lived a long life, but I did not see any kind of signs of my dad not making it to the end of the year. And I don't know if anyone who has ever experienced this, grief is something different, especially in unexpected. And I've actually heard people who have had people who have terminal illnesses, who have relatives or people that they know who've had terminal illnesses, and they know that their time is limited, and that once they transition, it still hurts just as bad. So I can say out of all the L's, that was pretty much the toughest L. Me and my dad's relationship, we've had our ups and downs, but I love my dad. And I can say he loved me. He loved all his kids. He loved his grandkids. He loved his wife. But I was a daddy's girl for a big chunk of my life, hardcore. And a part of me, kind of still was. Even in my adult life, there's still stuff that I can ask the dad I had no business asking him for. But I just don't want to paint a picture that it was just this, we were neck and neck, hand in hand. It wasn't like that towards the end of his life. It just different situations, and out of respect, because there's other parties involved, we just were a little estranged from each other from time to time. But grief has a way of erasing all of that. And grief has a way of making you think of all the good times, the great times, the fun times. My dad was so funny. Just all of the great times. And we'll leave it at that because I will literally start crying and I won't even be able to finish the video. I feel it coming. I lost my job. I had, and this was a couple of months ago, I had feelings of it. I don't know if anybody's been in a situation before. You start to see behaviors change, people handle you differently. It hurt because even though I know that I had made mistakes on the job, things have happened, but I figured just like with any good relationship, you go through a rough patch and you get over it. Clearly my rough patch was a little too rough. So that was tough. Because I just thought maybe I'll just get through it, we'll make it work. But for whatever reason, I don't even necessarily want to point fingers, place blame. I'll take ownership of whatever I did. Clearly what I did wasn't enough or wasn't sufficient for them to see the value in keeping me. So they let me go. I had some health challenges. Let's just say there was a point in time where I thought I was gonna be infertile. Leave that there because I want to talk about that and health and things. Lost some friends, some things happened in my personal life, just so many different things. I feel like this is such a sad video, but I have to put perspective on why I'm making this decision. Just L's, and depending on who you're talking to, they're wins because certain people I've encountered and I've told my story to, they're just like, oh, you just being set up for the come up. It's gonna happen. And I would like to think that. But when you're in it, baby, if your faith was shaky before and it starts to shake a little bit more, let's just say the wind starts shaking you even more, it's a tough pill to swallow. So I've been in church most of my life. If I haven't said that before, sorry for repeating myself because I want to get to the point of the video. I've been in church most of my life. I had a bit of a spiritual identity crisis throughout. I met some great leaders. I met some great people, but I'm thinking because of different things that have happened, don't want to place blame, don't want to point fingers, but different things that have happened have not allowed me, did not allow me the space to foster my own spiritual identity. I would like to say that I am an open person. I would like to say that I am a creative person, but because of different things that have happened, I've been a bit skeptical. Not to say that God is not real, he doesn't exist, and that he's not good, because I do pray, I do have a prayer life, I do believe in God, but just I feel sometimes when it comes to wisdom and the spiritual intellect, if that's even a phrase, but I just feel like it's not there. I don't have a basic Bible foundation. I know the 66 books of the Bible. I probably can go through 50 without having to slow down. Like I can recite the 23rd Psalm, Psalms 100. You know, I can do the little things, but the Bible is not buried in my heart, and that's no fault of anybody else, but that's me. I have to do better with that. I'm a bit toxic. And so funny, I'm gonna have a section of my YouTube channel talking about that. I've been backslidden. My spiritual walk has just been shaky. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. And why I decided to rededicate my life is because I want to get to know God for myself. I want to understand his ways. I know from what I understand, his ways are not our ways. We're not going to always understand things. I don't need him to give me the rundown and tell me. I'm not coming at him with fingers pointed and you tell me why you did this or why you allowed this. I'm not going to do that because I have enough of a sense of who he is to understand that he will allow certain things to happen for different reasons. I know that, and I don't place blame on him for a lot of things. But I want to get to know him for myself. And I hopefully, because this channel is about inspiration, it's about fun, entertaining things, but hopefully people can look at my life and say, I'm not saying you have to be like me, because I want you to be Christ-like, but hopefully I can inspire other people to say, hey, look at her life thriving, because I fully believe 100%, I have that much faith to say that I've made a decision, I'm going to do it, that God is going to honor that, and my life is about to take a 180. There's so many areas in my life that's so dusty and disheveled and unkept. There's just my finances, my personal life, my getting my health together. Like, there's just so much in my life that I know I have to look at the viewfinder, because I got to look at the girl talking, that I know that God is going to fix, but I'm just starting from ground zero. I hope that makes sense. Been in church all my life. Sometimes all I do is fight. Tears I cry night and day. That's just where I am right now. And I want to take other people with me. So that's my testimony. Today is April the 22nd. I'll look at the time. I'll look at the date later. The days kind of go by quickly when you don't have a job. But I really want to see what God has in store for me and trust Him. There's so many dreams, so many things that I'd like to do, and I know that God will help me. I just have to understand. I have to trust Him. I have to allow Him to heal my broken heart, because my heart has been broken in so many different ways. I said I'm not gonna cry. I have to allow Him to help me grieve. I have to allow Him to help me grieve and be okay. Ooh, I can't do this on camera. Ooh. Ooh. This is not what I wanted to do. Because grief is so sneaky. Certain months, I'll have maybe like a day or two where I'm really sad. And it always happens in the morning. It always happens in the morning. So I'm definitely off schedule to be crying in the middle of the night. But I have to allow Him to heal my heart. I have to allow Him to show me who He is. But I also have to be obedient. Because I've been to a conference, it was called Millions Conference. It was an awesome conference. I even have footage of it. I've met some wonderful people, and I think the key to my success is going to be my obedience, but I have to trust Him. The key to my success is also going to be consistency, commitment, full commitment. I'm a commitment phobe. I'm just not even going to lie to you. I am a bit of a commitment phobe. Because and I probably linked that to the trauma of committing to the wrong things and the wrong people, and then that sense of rejection, that those hurts or the things that happened or transpired afterwards, that which have kept me from wanting to commit anymore and giving up on myself. I definitely want to see what God has in store for me. This was supposed to be a happy-go-lucky video, but I already knew as soon as I started talking, I'm like, girl, you about to cry. I also want to say, if anyone who's watching my video is dealing with the things that I'm talking about, grief, loss of a job, just losses, you just seem to everything you touch is just turning to brass and not gold. I just want to encourage you, because I can at least say for the last month I've come a long way, because I was in the bed, crumpled up, worried about how I'm gonna pay my bills, if I'm gonna lose my car, because I just got a car. My lease isn't up until August, and I got let go in February. Thinking about what's gonna happen, like, for this to happen the way it did. So late, even though it's not late in my life, but on the cusp of my 40s. This is crazy. It's crazy. I just have been starting to rebuild. I moved out of my mama's house last year. I got my car. I got a little Jeep. It's a Jeep Compass. It's not even a Cherokee, but it's cute. I like my car. Coming from when my Buick broke down. I just got my credit to a certain spot and it's all gone to pieces. Like, God, if you want me, this is the kind of prayer that I've been praying. Gosh, this video is all over the place. Like, God, you want me to trust you. You want me to be 100% with you, but this is a lot. I am overwhelmed. Like, I'm overwhelmed. But with me rededicating my life and making the decision to fully trust him, I'm gonna give it all to him. Because I clearly can't do anything with this. I feel like the weight of my world is on my shoulders and I'm not sure what to do with it. Because I don't want to waste my time, doing something that I have no business doing. I don't want to waste my time with people. I want to be connected to the right people. I want to get out there and meet people and get out of the house, break this, because I've been depressed for so long. Before my dad died, I was already fighting depression, and then he dies and it's like, yikes. Before I lost my job, all this stuff. So just to wrap this up, this is going to be a great year for me. I want to start changing my language. Sorry, let's just talk resolution, what I'm going to do. Sorry, we were talking about being consistent, being committed, changing my language. I'm going to stop speaking so negatively over myself, because sometimes I can be a bit of not even a pessimist, but just being a realist and just not speaking the language and speaking the positive things and being 100% sure that it's going to go well, instead of saying, oh, it maybe possibly can, or leaving the door open, or being, it's just I'm changing my language. I'm changing my crowd. I'm a bit of an almost low-key, this is isolation, whether it's self-imposed or everybody just left, because I know there was one point in time I prayed, I said, God, if they're for me, stay. If they're not, let them go. And vice versa, if I'm messing somebody up, or I'm being a disruption to somebody's peace, or if I'm not supposed to be in somebody's life, help me go the other way. Because another thing about my life and my lifestyle, I realized over the last couple of weeks, looking back and just going through all of my friendships and going through relationships, connections to people, I think that a lot of my life has been a bit of an idolatrous life. And when I say idolatrous life, I've created idols with everyone. I've created a space to where I will push my own, I hate to say sanity, push my own peace away to be there for someone else. Because when I want somebody to be, when I love you, I love hard. And I want the best for everyone. Even if I'm connected to the person or not, I want the best for everyone. And I feel with a lot of my connections, it's been a bit idolatrous, if that's the word I'm looking for. And that's something that I want to work on this season. And I think that the isolation is happening. I think that God is trying to get me into a place where I have to really rely and totally depend on him. And I'm just, instead of fighting this is probably the last 5 minutes of this video, probably is going to sum up the first 15. But instead of fighting the isolation and trying to hold on to people and getting my heart broken and getting upset and I'm just going to allow God to be God, and I'm just going to focus on him. I know the word says seek ye first the kingdom. I want to understand what that means, because I can get everybody else's perception of what that means. I can feel that out, but I want to know for myself. So that's what this is. That's what this is. I hope this video makes sense, because I'm all over the place, but I feel like I have to do it this way, because there's so much, I think there's so much untapped greatness within me. I can say that there's likely greatness in me. There is greatness in me because I'm a child of the King. So clearly there's greatness in me. I just gotta find it. I gotta tap into it. I gotta figure it out. I gotta know. I gotta just submit to the process, allow the pruning to happen, and just stay dedicated and not give up on myself. And most importantly, not give up on him. I think that's a good way to end the video. So I hope I didn't scare y'all away. Not every video is gonna be like this, but when I think about my life and where I am right now, it is a lot. And I am not, like I said, in a position where I don't have a roof over my head, a car. I'm not homeless, you know. I actually have a job that I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to be working. This is my dad's watch. Let me take this off because it's too clinky. I have a job. I'm going to start working at a retail store tomorrow. I'm going back to retail, something I haven't done since I was, I want to say 21. Excuse me. And we're just going to start over. We're just going to start over. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, these videos won't all be like this. I hope you have a beautiful night, and most importantly, if nobody told you, God loves you. You're still alive. You still got air in your lungs. You're still breathing. God loves you, and it's not too late. So I hope you all have a great night. Signing off.